Greenway, he had one heck of a game last night. Was probably our best player overall. Killed a lot of plays, made a lot of plays, and was physical. And then, as I mentioned, Cuzzy just he's such a competitive guy that when you put him against a top line, he's determined to win any battle he can. So I like what I've seen out of the three of them, and look forward to keeping them together here.
As an 18-year-old with Benson, he's scored wherever he's gone, and he's 18, he's learning. How long does it take for maybe an 18-year-old to play in the NHL to learn, all right, these are the proper plays that are going to help me score like I've always scored in my life? I mean, he's got to learn all that, so it's the best league.
Yeah, I would say with him less learning because he's so intelligent. He's smart. He's smarter than most guys on our team in many, many areas. So it's a little less learning and a little more acclimating. Little, he'll adjust and adapt strength. Torque on puck, release quicker. So it's an acclimation, and I think he's well aware of it, conscious of it, and conscious of the process he needs to go through. To get stronger and quicker and that. But his intelligence, when you use the word learning with him, there's not, with other guys, there's a lot of learning that they need. This guy is really smart hockey player already.
Do you feel he will be a good goal scorer in the national?
No question. There's no question. He'll make plays and more and more every day. So I have no concern or worry about that. You can see that. You guys know he could have 10 more points just as easy as he doesn't right now. And probably more than that. So I think he's on his way.
We've talked about Ukko-Pekka and how he's handled the workload well. Like on a day like today, did you it looked like he left for a drill? He was just sitting on the bench. Was that on purpose? How have you tried to manage some of that on a day like today?
The drill today was just a one goalie drill because there was some different emphasis within the drill. So he was the guy based on last night and getting ready for tomorrow. You might as well have him sit out of that drill. And then the workload is you're always post game you're getting the feedback. So. It's pretty routine in that sense. You don't pre-plan. You take the information after the game as to how he felt, and so this morning you get information last night how he feels after the game, and our medical team will give us that on every guy that is needed attention, and then you'll revisit any one of those in the morning. And then your high minute guys, you get a take on them even if they're not injured. So in Upi's case, you see how he felt after the game last night, being a non-injured guy, and then you see how he feels this morning, and all normal for him. So, but that's what you're gauging. You're getting information from him really to figure out whether you need to adjust something for him.
We talk so much about Ukko-Pekka and just his development over the last 10 weeks or 3 months. Just what effect has it had on his teammates, would you say? Just because, clearly they're more confident.
Yes, it's had an enormous effect. When you have a player that's really established himself in the last 2 months, he's played not as a number one goalie, but as a top goalie in the league over the last 3 months now, January, February, 2 months plus. That's everything in the game of hockey. That's your margin. That's your margin between winning and losing is those percentages, save percentages, the goals against. That's the margin between winning and losing. If you have a goaltender that's playing well, you're probably winning hockey games. And if you have a goaltender that's percentages are a little lower, you're probably losing hockey games at the NHL level. And you just look through the league. The perennial goaltenders, those teams have perennially been in the playoffs. Just the way it is. And so it's enormous in that regard. Big deal. And it does. The players have more confidence as a result, and it goes hand in hand. He has more confidence as the players have more confidence.
This is really done in the NHL, and I know you can only speak for yourself and what you do, but I was thinking in the third period yesterday, and you can tell me why it's flawed thinking, it's 7-2. Luukkonen has played a lot. Why not get him out, let him rest, and get him ready for the next one?
He's in a rhythm at that point. It's not a taxing game at that point, and yeah, why alter stuff? Just keep it moving. If I thought, yeah, I didn't think it was taxing enough to alter, you know, and why change momentum? You have momentum in the game. The game's not won at 7-2. I mean, if you're talking 5-10 minutes left, then you're putting Comrie in kind of a challenging situation, I should say. Coming off the bench cold, and in a third period, usually a goalie's coming in, in the first or second and has some time to prepare or just finish warm-ups, or so he's a little bit fresher, I guess. So, yeah.
What do you think about what Zemgus has brought to the line with Tage and Alex?
He's been really, really good, very effective there. I feel it's given Tage and given Tuck a partner and somebody that drives depth and drives to the net and hounds pucks. Obviously, Zemgus is, I would say, elite at forechecking and hounding pucks, forcing turnovers, wearing on the opposition, which Tuck is very good at as well. And it gives Tuck a partner in that, and it forces a lot of mistakes for the other team, which, you've got a guy like Thompson and Tuck out there. It gives them an opportunity to take advantage of other teams' mistakes because you're forcing them. You're forcing mistakes. And I think they were in on 2 goals last night. One was Byram, and I can't remember. Oh, Tuck scored a goal. And those were forced mistakes. It was quick closing on people and pressuring the opposition. And now your skill can take over with more space because you forced mistakes. And so Zemgus not only does that, but he also has enough poise as an older player now to collect himself after a high energy puck pressure, take a breath, and actually make the connected pass to Tuck or Thompson. So I think it's at the point he brings a lot of experience and poise as well as the high energy.
What makes an elite forechecker at this level in your mind?
Puck placement. Usually if you just watch when guys dump pucks in, is the goalie handling it? Is it you really ultimately want to dump a puck where you can pressure it, or your teammate can, short side of a net where the retrieving defenseman can't gain his net and box you out, a forecheck out, is usually spot on for puck placement. Away from the goalie, short side of the net, you're going to get more action off of that. The ability to release a puck through neutral zone and accelerate upon your release to jump around, you're going to force a penalty. Some guys they skate the same speed, they put it in, and they're easily boxed out before they can pressure their own puck. Zemgus will almost bait a guy in, hold another gear, and as he releases the puck to go in, he hits the next gear. And that's an elite skill that you'll see with the best forecheckers in the NHL, have that gear change when they release a puck to dump it in. But puck placements, as silly as it sounds, is an enormous skill in the NHL.
Tyson played more AHL games this year than he had in his entire career. I don't think he expected to be in the minors this year. How have you seen him deal with that? He's been contributing since he came back up, but I'm sure it wasn't easy for him. Just how have you seen him deal with that?
Yeah, for sure it wasn't easy for him. But like everything else Tyson does in life, he looks at it and accepts challenges in a very positive mind frame. So he went down there with a healthy mind and, okay, I don't like it. I would rather be in the NHL, but this might be an opportunity to work on some things that I can get better at. And he's come back and really focused on things that we asked him to, and he's better at them. And I told him the other night on the bench, the 3 of those guys, Rusick and Victor, I said, if you're out there against McDavid, stay out there. You guys you're on it right now. Don't worry about a thing. Just go. And, I don't know that I would have been comfortable with that 3-4 months ago. So he's done a very nice job of, improving his game and game efficiency. And I think having a place to reset, Rochester as a resource, has worked very well for him.
Thank you.
Yep.